We are live, and hello and welcome. Welcome to today's wonderful conversation, shining the light on our community. And of course, I'm Sophia from Sacred You. And with me today, I have the honor and the excitement to speak to our beautiful guests today, Inaya, which I hope I remember that's how we pronounce your name. Sorry, Inaya, if it's not, please forgive me. But you're joining us all the way from Sweden, which I'm really honored, really honored that you're here. So thank you so much for joining me today in Shining the Light. Let me just introduce you a little bit. Let's tell all our listeners a little bit about yourself, and then I want to know more. So you've dedicated yourself to the artistic path since 5. So you've been doing arts and things since you're age 5. Wow. And you've always been guided to other realities other than the common, well-worn routes of life. Totally connect with you. I understand that. Definitely want to know more about that. And your art has been a tool into your lifelong investigation into an authentic life beyond the veil taught by society. You've been a tennis coach and so much more. And now you're a sound healer, a sound practitioner. You help people with their Akashic records and shamanic healing. Love it, energy healing. So much. So thank you. There's so much more to hear. Right? And thank you so much for joining us, like I said. I want to know more. I want to know more about how, since age of 5 that you've got into art, the artistic path. And then how did that turn into being a tennis coach? And now you help people, your shamanic healing and Akashic records and sound and everything else. Wow. What a wonderful person. So tell us a little bit about yourself.
Thank you so much, Sophia. Yeah, I'm so delighted to be here, and all my gratitude. Well, it was a very interesting start for me, actually, when I was 5, because I was sitting in the kitchen and my brother was 8 years and I was 5, and we were drawing. And my mother said, "Oh, you're painting so beautiful, both of you. You could be artists." And then my father is a very much civil engineer, telling everything strictly like he thinks. He said, not Inaya, but Stefan, my brother, probably because he was really good in drawing. And when he told like that, it was like he took out my heart, out of myself, and I didn't exist any longer. And then I understand I am an artist because otherwise I will not exist. Yeah. So actually that changed my life. Of course, I got sad, but most of all, I knew who I was because I wasn't without. So, when you start school at 7 and everyone start to be the best one, to have the degrees, to have everything, I was just like or dislike the different items, the different in school, and played it out. So it was such a freedom, actually, to start life knowing I will be an artist. And then when I was 14, I was headhunted to get a teacher, tennis coach. So that was also a very, very fantastic thing to do, being in school and a tennis coach. And during the time experimenting with art. So when I stopped school, I could just go on with my arts and have my tennis coaching lessons. And they were so good combining. And that's about divine duality, I think, because I always have had two professions in the same time.
Yeah.
And they so make impact on the other and make so much, gave inspiration and knowledge to each other. And I believe that It's, we hear about people taking very big degrees in 2 different subjects.
Yes.
And we always are so astonished. How could they be both in the same time? But actually they increase each other's.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's divine duality.
Yes, and absolutely. And thank you for bringing that in, because I was going to, it's like we live in a world now where the whole world is duality. And we've got positive and negative and night and day and everything else. But it's really acknowledging that and stepping into the divinity of who we are, of, the duality of being in this world, but also not being of this world.
Yes. I believe that we inverted duality because for me, duality, it's actually an expansion of oneness. And when it's expanded into a triangle, it is, oneness and duality, it makes a triangle. And inside the triangle, if we match and merge the opposites, they come into the sphere of love. It's an area of creativity and love, and in that area we can expand our potential endless. It's a totally other field than the field that we have encountered with all the yes and no to everything, black or white, not black and white.
Yeah.
So also when I was about 40, I gone into working in universities and in the corporate field with development. And there I have all my art. I was able to use my art in a new way, in their way. And it was such increasing development for them, and for me to be in those 2 areas. And then I had a refugee camp, and their religion and their different worldview, they made so much enrichment and made me understand so much more. And then my first book, This Creative Existence, Unfolding a New Conscious World, just evolved. So it's in the relation that everything happens. Everyone knows it, but we have had such a imprint about duality that it's a negative thing, and that we should be afraid of something that we are not familiar with. Yeah.
So how do you overcome that? How do we learn or accept, I guess, step into the power of, of the duality that, I know for a lot of people, it can be a real struggle. We're living in a 3D world, right? But there's a lot of people out there who have the feeling or know that they don't belong or they don't come from this 3D world, that there is, or we're bringing in that new paradigm, that new age, that new reality.
Well,
so how do you balance that?
Yeah, first of all, it's about that we have been taught that duality is a split from oneness, and it's such an imprint in our mind. So when I have my retreats and my different lessons, I normally use sound and crystal singing bowls for my voice to heal and to make a state of being in the mind, heart, body. When people are embedded with the heart, they are able to see different realities than the normal. If we just have a lecture and put it by words and mind, nothing comes in but the things that we already open for. But when we implement it with open heart, we come into such a freedom and healing, and new realities can come through. And most often I do it through meditations, guided meditations.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
They're very healing, the meditations, and I want to just acknowledge you again and for the healing that you bring to our world, you know, through all your different platforms, and especially the sound. I can connect with that because I also do sound healing, a sound practitioner, and sound has, you know, totally changed my life, and I know it changes the lives of many people, and can heal some amazing qualities, some amazing things. So thank you for doing that. And is there anything else that we can do to actually to embody our divinity and the duality of living in that, like even just to recognize the divinity that's within all of us?
Maybe I will just guide your meditation here now.
Please.
Yeah?
Yes, that would be wonderful.
Oh, so I just invite you to ground yourself with the 2 feet in the ground and establish your body in a comfortable way with a straight back. I first invite you to go with your consciousness into the center of your head. From where it was to be in the center of your head, and there in stillness, just feel how you are embedded in your own energy field. You can sense how this consciousness, light, pure light, is inside a body, inside blackness of love. And you can feel the compact energy of yours. Then you make your consciousness move down to your heart, and you start to breathe through the vertical line, and that the movement have created. You can feel how your breath is between your mind and your heart, and your consciousness is belonging in your heart. Continue your vertical breath line and expand your heart with just bringing in the light of the sun. In the sun, into your heart, and make it expand your energy field to be at least 2 meters around your body, embodying your body. And bring back the love from your heart into yourself. You can now experience how the vertical line naturally have expanded into the root of yourself and down to through your knees to through the soils into earth. And it has expanded 2 or 20 centimeters below your feet and expanded to above your head, through your crown to your higher self. And from there, you can expand your grounding into the center of the earth and into the pure start of creation. You are now a conductor of light between earth and God, or whatever you will call this pure consciousness of light. So now you can experience how oneness is in this creation, the start of creation. And you can expand your awareness of how it's totally is embedded in a black field of love. The pure consciousness and the void, the mother and the father. You can sense how the blackness holds all the planets created by consciousness. All the planets and all our cells in our bodies, all the stars are put into their perfect place by the void, bathing in the mother love, the blackness, holding space for us all. Now you can sense how consciousness from the beginning wanted to explore itself and felt the love from the mother and wanted to explore her and brought itself into two opposite of itself. First of all, you can put into this baseline of this triangle, you can put one side, something that you're not so happy with yourself for. Something you maybe judge yourself for. And in the other part of the base of the triangle, you put forgiveness. Forgiveness, the blackness. What you accuse yourself for in the light. And bit by bit by bit, you make them come to the middle of the baseline. Very slow, very slow, very slow. They come to meet each other. They come to meet each other. It gets easier and easier the further you come to each other. And now they are matched and merged into one. Sense that sensation in you of forgiveness and judgment, meeting each other in the middle of the baseline. You can experience how all your body just is in a big out breath. You can experience a field of love being inside the triangle, the oneness and creation of forgiveness and all the duality of what it created. And sense the field inside this triangle, all the potential of yours and everything is inside this triangle. And now a second way to put the triangle. Now you put the mother in one side of the baseline and the father in the other part of the baseline. The mother pulsating its field of love, and the father, it's totally, it's mercury of light. And now when they experience each other, they expand to come into each other so fast. And they become yin yang. You can sense a field of love and penetrating the love with the light. How it's exploding mass of creating life. And this is a field where we live in. This is a field of yin yang, of creation, totally expanding each other in every every second. Explosions like the sun when it's implode and explode. The yin and yang. And now you can put whatever you want into this field of creation. What do you want to create in your life? This is a field that creates everything, and you are the creator. Just sense how you can put in everything, whatever you want there, and really choose yourself what you want to put into this enormous field of creation that we all live in. This is divine duality. And to come into the existence of this reality being living worldview in every second of your life, it's just to continue, go into the baseline with the two opposite, the counterparts that exist in you. And all shadow that we have been created from our inverted duality will just dissolve. It will heal itself. Oh yes. Beloved friends, it's time to come back from meditation, but do it in your own path, your own speed, and open your eyes and bring this into reality here and now.
Thank you ever so much. Like, truly, that was an amazing meditation. That went straight into my heart. Thank you. Thank you ever so much. It's truly. Can I ask you just one other question before we go? That was beautiful. Please come back for that. But is there any other questions that I could have asked or you would have liked me to ask? And how would have you answered that?
Oh, I think we had a wonderful conversation, and well, we could continue for hours, but it's I think we got to the core of everything.
Yeah. I'd love you to come back sometime, Inaya, to with your sound and everything else. Tell us a little bit about, we will be putting your links in the comments, but tell us a little bit about how people can contact you and how you help others.
Oh yes. How I help others, it's mostly by listening
Sure.
to them and to their energies, and to put the healing frequency to the energy that they already are having and their potential. And you can find me on oakrootspiritualacademy.com. And there you can also book a free discovery session. And then we can discover your voice and the healing voice, because everyone's voice is healing for them. It's a perfect sound to heal. The vibration of our pure sound, whatever it is, it's actually exactly a copy of the healing where it starts.
Wonderful. I'm just looking at your website now, and we'll certainly be putting those links in even more to, for people who are interested. And
you're so welcome. Oh, excuse me, Sophia. Yeah. You're also so welcome. I have a very soon coming retreat, July 16 to 21, here in my place in Sweden, and it's a very affordable price, and it's a wonderful place. I have a heritage on the one side of my studio, and 180 degrees of horizon of the sea to the other side, to the west.
Isn't that beautiful? Isn't that beautiful? Yeah. And so you're holding that retreat coming up soon, but you also do online programs and online retreats and coaching and workshops and stuff. Definitely want to know more. definitely would love for you to come back, and to talk about more about the duality and how we can get in contact or connect, like with that divinity, with the universe that's within us, and how we can bring that into our 3D world.
Yes, it's so much about our worldview, because our worldview make us our belief come into reality. So my meditation, my guided meditation, is lots to make the worldview come through. But what we the first thing to do actually, it's come to some place where we come closer to our self-love. When we start to forgive ourselves, that's why I started this meditation with forgiveness. Because when we start to forgive ourselves, something wondrous happens, and the portals opens inside ourselves of who we truly are, our divine being. And that is actually, when I do my retreats, that is a very big start. It's to ground our beingness in so many realities, and the divine part existing in all the realities. And then we can very fast go into the medicine wheel to transform our lives. The first thing is really to just make ourselves very stable in the worldview of divinity. And it's not so easy, but it is easy, because sound is a start of creation. Sound is, and all is vibration. So when we come into sound, it heals and leads us to the center of ourselves. So absolutely, that is. It's simple and it's difficult, but sound makes it so much easier when we know how to handle sound.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you ever so much. And I totally agree, like with that sound.
I can just share a little bit with sound, because our voice it's not only crystal balls, they harmonize, and the gongs and the drums,
everything.
Earth, but with the sound, when you make undertones, they can scan all the body to the imbalance. This organ and the undertones and the overtones, they clear the body. So it's so much stronger when we do it by voice than if we do it only with instruments, because in our voice it's embedded our pure consciousness that is like a laser and pinpoint exactly with our intention one point and work with that point.
Please do come back. And I'd love to know more about or everything else that you offer too. And let's go into also like healing with our voice.
Yes.
Those overtones and undertones, there's so much there. So I would really love to have more of a conversation with you at another time. And let's just continue the magic and to be able to share your gifts to the world. Really, really would love to know more about that. So thank you ever so much for joining me today. I really do appreciate it, and I really do hope to see you sometime very, very, very soon.
Thank you. Me too, Sophia. Thank you so much.
Thank you.